Good morning, magnificent galactic spirits, on this very, very profound and powerful time. We are going to ascend into our mirror selves. That is the time that our galactic spirit energies, the blending between heaven and earth, energies that the Mayans were smart enough to track these energies with probably a little help from the Pleiadians to show us how to really go deep into our self-actualization, for self-realizations, and really go deep in our inner world in order to reflect and manifest what we want in our outer world, plus a lot of other mirroring energies, which we're going to talk about today. We're talking about the mirror as the energy of your soul, the mirror of your soul, that which is seen by everyone on planet Earth, and that is what's seen in the divine matrix, with God, with our soul self. It's the mirroring of our highest and best selves. It's our reflection into our Akashic records. And by the way, I'm throwing out concepts and definitions of pretty much the same thing, and the reason why I'm doing that is because I don't really know what level you're at, and if I use this different languaging, I'm getting you familiar with it, and not because we're talking about higher-minded fifth dimensional concepts and your ability to manifest what you want by tapping into your highest and best selves in fifth dimension. And what we're going to do today, we're going to go deep into mirror. I'm going to share a lot more with that and the reflections of how you can pay attention to your soul self, the mirror of your soul every day, and get better actualizations at it. We are going to talk about where we have been. If you haven't seen the replay of Serpent, and that really powerful time that we just went through the past 13 days and what it meant and how you can have a reflection of it. Reflect on the last 13 days and see how it was for you, and see how real Serpent and your passion and your survival and your instincts and your innate has been working for you over the past 13 days. I just gave you a lot of those attributes. By the way, just to remind you, over my left shoulder is what the mirror icon looks like. And each one of our birthrights that we talk to has a very profound icon that shows, that really expresses the catalyst of expression for what each of these birthrights mean. And these images, as you know, are profound. They're light coded by the ancient and galactic Mayans, the same way that that are carved in stone on Mayan ruins, that were gifted to us the same way images existed before language, before we had words, before we understood the root of number. Cave people and ancients were drawing on cave walls. And these energies have come forth on, like I said, ancient Mayan temples in order for us to really have these deep reflections on there. And just looking at the image of mirror, look at you're not only reflecting as above and so below, look at the image, you're also reflecting outer world, inner world. And if you even look at the two different sides, the two different polarities, you can even see your left brain and your right brain, your intuitive and your analytical. And why is this such a powerful birthright? And we're going to talk a little bit more about this after we get through the introduction, we are blending our left and our right brains together. When babies come into the planet, when you came into the planet, your left and right brain was one. You were whole. And in the birth canal, or however the science works, I'm not as familiar with it, but use this as a concept, we split. Remember that line that you see in a brand new baby's head? The left and right brains were separated. So the whole objective behind galactic spirit and evolving consciousness is marry your left and right brains into consciousness, and Mirror is giving us an example through this magnificent symbol how everything can meet at the middle in the crown chakra when you're looking at it from the bird's eye view. Kind of like a pyramid. We're working toward this ever expanding higher consciousness of ourselves. And one of the beauties of galactic spirit is when you understand the concepts, it only takes 2 or 3 minutes of reflection each day on the birthright to start leveling up, to spiraling up. I'm using that word on purpose because we're going to talk about your Taurian field, your energy field within. Hey, let me just show you what the Taurian field looks like right now. I got a picture of it for you. No, that's not it. Where is it? There it is. Here's a picture of the Taurian field, and what that is doing. We're going to talk about the Taurian field a little bit. Well, let's talk about the Taurian field now. What the mirror does, left and right, you're seeing left and right around. Let me see if I can blow this up a little bit so you can see it a little bit. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Good. Okay, here's the left and right hemispheres, the left and right of the center magnetic pull of the Earth. There's the left and right of our bodies. And what happens is, one of the benefits of galactic spirit is we are raising our electromagnetic frequency with our one birthright a day. We've talked about the chakras before, how those are the vehicles for expanding your electromagnetic frequency. Upcoming course, called, I want to make sure I get it right for you, Unlock Magnetic Manifestation Through Self-Mastery. Fall in love with elevating your highest self with 2-minute daily transformations. That's an upcoming class. We're going to go deeper into the chakras and to the raising your frequency and vibration specifically for manifestation. But going back to the Taurus, and this is the scientific root of galactic spirit and raising your vibration and your frequency to be able to be that master manifester, is mirror. So we're marrying the left and right hemispheres, as above, so below. As above, there's an image of the Earth with its left and right hemispheres. It's all meeting in the center. Why are we not streaming? All it's meeting in the center, and the Earth's electromagnetic field is going from the North Pole to the top pole and making this beautiful radius. Keep in mind, it's spherical. It's not flat. We're showing you in a 2-dimensional image, but know that this is 5th-dimensional sphere. And the energy is moving around. And now look at the energy of your body. It's doing the same thing. The energy of your body's coming up, coming to the bottom, and what's in the middle, your corpus callosum, your crown, your entire chakra system, which is your energetic vibrational field. And here's a tip, when you align with, when you raise your frequency of your electromagnetic frequency with one birthright a day, with activating your chakras, not just balancing them like is, kind of old news. We've talked about that forever. People have talked about that forever. I wrote a book on the chakras 20 years ago. We're talking about really learning how to use the plasmatic energy within the chakras. Again, we'll talk about this in my class a little bit more. Keep in mind, we're only only here to talk about mirror today, but what I want to do is, if in fact you get these little nuggets that intuitively I'm drawn to give to you, this is not a formal presentation. This is my stream of consciousness. Always remember that. So if I'm streaming, I'm guided to drop these little nuggets in for you, and if you understand them, that's great. And if you don't, this is what I want you to do with them. I want you to lock them away in your consciousness, because if my highest and best self meant to share them with you, you are supposed to know about them. My superpower, and I invite you to get your superpower for free on galacticspirit.com, and I'm going to show you a video in a few seconds about all the free offerings there. My superpower is Magnetic Serpent, and Magnetic Serpent is the initiator, the magnetic initiator. So if like I said, if I'm getting guidance to drop some concepts in, being, expressing my superpower, and everybody has one, and the more you work with all of these daily energies, what happens, you build into wholeness on your superpower, strengthening it with all of your other support friends. There's 20 birthrights. There's 20 birthrights. We've talked about this before. We're going to go deep into it, into unlocking the magnetic manifestation, into self-mastery class. But there's 20 of them, and get who you are so you can start building upon it. And it's one of the free offerings on galacticspirit.com. So going back to the Taurus, by the way, everybody, I always come full circle. My mind thinks very radially, not linearly. Dropping a nugget. When you think linearly, that's very singular dimension to get from point A to point B. But we're looking at this magnificent Taurian field of the earth, and the magnificent Taurian field of your body, and the magnificent cellular division of this beautiful infinite symbol, if I can see that on my screen, and this beautiful spiraling DNA. We are not linear beings. We are radial beings. Galactic spirit is radial. So I already think that way. I've always thought that way. So if I ever go off on a tangent, know that it was meant for you at this time. And if you don't get it, just lock and load it. It'll come back, I promise you. And you'll go, oh, aha, wow, that was awesome. I know what she's talking about now. And you'll see how all the magnificent puzzle pieces of fifth dimension, or the concept of fifth dimension, comes together. We are radial beings, and the goal is to start thinking radial.